Hey everyone, it's me, Spurs Rail 96, and welcome to another Train Sim World free live stream. Back-to-back live streams. Haven't said that in a while. For tonight's stream, or this afternoon stream, this morning stream, wherever you are watching, today I'm going to be taking a look at the one of the newer routes for Train Sim World, and that is the Birmingham Cross City Line, which is in the West Midlands, which is pretty much in Britain's, I think second city, or the biggest city, excluding London in the country. Yeah, we're going to be having some fun with its chapters today on the Journey Mode Midland Mayhem. So the aim is to do these two services. I have checked, and they are in, for now, they're in daytime conditions, so it should be okay. The first service, we're going to do a passenger service going from Bromsgrove to Birmingham New Street. So let's roll. Right, I will say my hellos to Thierry, Liam, and the Banana Craft. Hope you're all well, and I hope you've had a good start to the week. Drive this passenger service from Bromsgrove to Birmingham New Street. It's a free car train with the BR Class 323 in West Midlands Railway livery. Oh, what a lovely sky. Right, let's do the setup procedure. I've turned the coach lights off. I should have turned them on. Coach lights on, the auxiliary system's on. It's very cold in the UK at the moment. Apparently snow was forecast, which was a bit of a surprise. DSD vigilance set to normal. What else have we got? AWS. The sounds on this are fantastic. Very well done. I think they've come from Armstrong Powerhouse, if I'm not mistaken. If it is Armstrong Powerhouse, then yeah, he always does a good job. So this is the 323 going to Birmingham New Street, and a beautiful evening sky, I must say. So this is Bromsgrove. Is that a car park, or it's kind of like a drop-off zone? It's I don't quite get the layering of that asset there. That's a bit odd. Yeah, but you got the PIS working on the train and on the station. Of course, in West Midlands Railway, not East Midlands Railway. If I said that incorrectly, then I do apologise. So this is the map. This is Bromsgrove right at the bottom. Birmingham is roughly, or New Street is roughly in the middle. And there's a branch line here. And this is a Redditch Trent Valley. I forget what that branch line is called, actually. Train can wait. Map is important for the second. Where is it? Is it Redditch? It is Redditch. That's Lichfield, isn't it? Yeah. Making sure I got the names with the correct stations. Right, let's get going. Let's lock the doors and begin the passenger service. Right, let's go to Longbridge, just over 6 miles away. The Formula One of the Midlands. Well, that's what it sounds like anyway. The speed limit will increase to 100 miles per hour. Banana Craft, doing good, thanks, after being off last week. Excellent. Glad you're doing well, my friend. Banana Craft, still a week off, even if it was for a medical problem. Oh, still nice. Oh, it's always nice to have time off. I mean, I've been feeling a bit rotten recently. I've had a heavy cold, so I've welcomed some time off, but at the same time, haven't been able to use the time off to my advantage. You know, haven't been able to do things I wanted to do. I've been mainly sick as a dog, mainly, which, yeah, isn't what I wanted. Excuse me. I do have all of the additional rolling stock that's layered into this timetable, so we might see the 67s certainly do some freight work. I think the HSTs from Great Western are on this route, as well as a Class 37 rail tour, but we won't see that because that takes place right at the start of the day and right at the end of the day. I'm hoping to find a one of those collectibles, which is a Cadbury's chocolate, as the Cadbury's factory is on this route and the station. Speed limit will now be reduced to 75, even though we're nowhere near 75, let alone the original speed limit of 80 or 100. I think what we're climbing now is the Licky Incline, which is probably one of the steepest rail gradients in the country. Over 2.5%. Horn is nice. One thing I should do, which I always forget to do, silly me. Every time I do a stream, I always forget to turn the motion blur on, so it helps the performance of the stream. I swear someone will have to remind me at this rate. Spurs, remember, put the motion blur on. Because I always have it off, because it's my preference. 3 miles to Longbridge. Not sure if the headlights are in the correct setting. Nighttime, yeah, they are in nighttime. Thierry, for your TSW ASMR video, I think Dartford to Strood would be cool stations. Oh yeah, certainly Dartford, no doubt, with those 465s all congregating at that station in the early morning period. That will be certainly one I'll look to do in the future. Banana Craft sounds like the Jubilee Line trains. Well, I suppose it does, in some ways. Certainly the rattling of the cab sounds like a Jubilee Line train. Certainly in my headset, I don't know if you can hear it, but... Time to get on the brakes. We're not too far from Longbridge. We're due in at 1919. Now, I don't think it's going to rain in this service, because I've said before that I'm a bit puzzled by why some of the services in the journey mode are on dynamic. The weather setting is on dynamic, but nothing really happens. Time to break. Well, we only have half a minute. I was going to say, how long do we have to stand still for? Long bridge straight ahead. One thing I will have to do, must have stopped at Long Bridge, is I'll have to turn the heater off. It's getting a bit warm in here. You know, the PlayStation running and heater running does warm the room up reasonably quickly. Let's cross the tracks. Crisscross. I have to say that on the British style of things, the sounds they've dovetailed certainly up to their game. 465 and the 395 are have incredibly good sounds, and this matches that. But then again, you could say Dovetail maybe had a bit of a hand through Armstrong Powerhouse, or maybe other external factors. Well, this is not going to be a quick stop, is it? It's not. It is. Oh no. Ah. I'm going to have to turn the heater off. Yeah. Alright, turn that off. And sit down in the chair. Sit down in my comfy chair. Lovely. Right, let's get going. To Northfield. That was a quick look at Longbridge, ladies and gentlemen. Long platforms, that's for sure. Very long platforms. Well, what time are we doing at Northfield? 19:23. So it's going to be another stop and go, isn't it? Like a Formula 1 style pit stop. Banana Craft, I don't really see the difference in it being on or off. I've been enjoying the new Harry Potter game. Yeah, Hogwarts Legacy. My cousin's got that. Harry Potter isn't really my kind of style, but certainly graphically, and the things you can do in it are pretty impressive, no doubt. Terry, depending on what year this route is set, I'd like to see a class 170 or 172, which runs between Birmingham New Street to Bromsgrove and a route to Hereford. Whoops, I'm going too fast and not looking where I'm going. Looking at the phone. Ah! Stop! Whoa, stop. Stop. I shouldn't be looking at the chat. Oh dear. I think it's best to look at the chat whilst I'm stopped. Oh, I still did it anyway. Oh well, the passengers will just have to walk a bit further. A lot further. Wow, 2 coaches comfortably on the platform. That was a 6-car train, I think, going to somewhere. Is it 6? Yeah, 6. So this is Northfield. Like the grass here. I take it it's abandoned. Anyway, let's have a look at the chat While the doors are... oh, we've got another mini, yeah, that's alright. Anyway, what was Thierry's comment? Oh yeah, the 170 and the 172, that'd be quite nice to see, actually. Certainly would boost the amount of traffic on this route, particularly around Birmingham New Street. I mean, that is insanely, like, dead almost. You know, it's got ridiculous amount of platforms, and it's not used enough. I mean, not just player controlled services, but AI controlled services as well. It doesn't make you feel like it's one of the busiest passenger stations in the UK, does it? More like one of the quietest. Bernard Craft definitely would like to see more steam trains in TSW3. Oh, 100%. I think everyone will agree with you on that front. We're getting a new steam route, that freight-only one in the north of England, but only one new train again. Not enough. Need more. I personally would have wanted the Riviera line in the 50s, or, you know, in the, what was it, in Devon? Or, yeah, Riviera line in the 50s, is it in Devon, or is it in Cornwall? It's one of those two. Yeah, that train simulator route, imagine that was brought to the game, I would be very pleased. Especially with the amount of steam trains that comes with that route. I mean, lots of Great Western Railway, you know, castles and halls and all that kind of stuff. Those kind of steam locomotives. And that would be awesome to have in the game. Will that happen? Who knows? Right, the next stop is Kings Norton, just over a mile away. Liam, I have a feeling that Dovetail will release one more steam route, then release another one in Train Sim World 4. I don't know, I mean, Train Sim World 4 is a long, long way away. At least another year away. So, I'm pretty sure Dovetail will release more than one steam route this time. I mean, now they've mastered the physics of steam, you know, simulation, building the locomotives, the visual side of things as well, and there's me being a complete doofus. I always keep going into emergency. Silly me. Keep thinking there's 4 notches on the brake, like 4 normal notches of braking of any emergency, but obviously I'm not right there. Oh, there's a HST. I can see it right there. There they go. Just 2 of them. Going on a little cruise across the West Midlands. It's probably going in for repairs or something, maintenance. There we go. Alright. Here we are at Kings Norton. Lighting on it is pretty good. Is that where we're stopping at, are we? Fair few stations still to go. Liam, hard to believe that the North Line and the Jubilee Line trains are the same age as me now, 27. Blimey, makes me feel old reading that. Crazy. It was a good save though, me getting some of the train onto the platform at the previous station. There's another 66. doing some freight action. The next stop is Bourneville. Liam, the driver wants passengers to get their steps in. Yeah. Yeah. Keep looking at the health app or track those steps on your Apple Watches or Android watches or whatever. Whatever brands do these smartwatches these days. I must say that before I did the stream, I had a little bit of a play on Birmingham Cross City, and you know what? I must say, I think at first when I got the route, I was a little bit critical of it. You know, the scenery, the lack of services or busyness, and some of the big stations like your Birmingham New Street, etc., or some landmarks missing like Aston Villa's football stadium, Villa Park at Aston. But you know what, having a little play on it earlier today and seeing what the stuff that Dovetail released recently on the US side of things, this route isn't too bad. I had another little play today on Bahnstrecke Bremen-Oldenburg, and yeah, it was okay, that route. Not great, but it was okay. This is actually pretty good, actually. It's a nice challenging route, lots of undulation. We've seen a bit of traffic on the route, which is nice. It could be busy, it could be busier, but hey, it's not a bad experience, to be fair. I mean, the sounds of this Class 323 certainly help. And the sky in the game, on this service in particular, looks fantastic. Now, the kind of lighting settings when you have it in, dusk or early in the morning with the clouds, yeah, it looks fantastic. Right, the next stop is Selly Oak. I bet residents in Birmingham, or Train Sim World fans that live in the West Midlands, must have been pretty excited when they heard this route was coming to the game. Potentially seeing their local station in the virtual world. I mean, I was pretty excited when Great Western Express came along with Reading station. I was over the moon. I was like, my God, it's in the game. I could play a virtual version of Reading Station on my TV. There we are. This is the next station. Selly Oak. How's this station looking? A little bit better. Oh, another train coming in, which means we've got to go. This is a new non-stopping trains. We only slow down, but you have to jump on or off the train when your stop comes off. When your stop comes up, yeah. That must be a bit of a challenge for the commuters. Alright, the next stop is Birmingham University. Platform in the virtual world was completed before the real one, I believe. I think the real one was finished just before Christmas. That's just a guess from me. Thierry, the new Steam route is coming with the LMS Jubilee, so I presume it has passenger services. Oh yeah, 100%. No doubt. No doubt about that. It's just a bit gutting that they're reusing a lot of stuff. I wish, you know... The thing with Spirit Steam was exciting to me was because both locomotives were brand new. Not reused. I mean, I'm not saying they're bad, but I just wish with every new route we'd have... You know, the rolling stock be completely new, but hey, that's not going to be the case. Especially on the steam front, I thought they would have to change it up. The locomotives regarding the type of railway they wish to recreate, or the time period in particular, would reflect that. But hey, I think they're only bringing one new steam locomotive to that route. But hey, I suppose 3 locomotives is better than none. Alright, here we are, Birmingham University. Many teens and young adults would have probably got off this station many times in a drunken mess. I'm getting excited. I thought it's time to go. Not time yet. In a few seconds. Now it's time to lock the doors. The next stop is 5 Ways, just over 1.5 miles away. Liam, please dovetail, don't release another DLC yet for at least 3 weeks, otherwise my bank will start asking questions again. Yeah, I know, I mean, they released 3 DLCs at once, didn't they, with the American stuff. I mean, that's just crazy. I mean, that alone was, what was that, 45 quid? It's crazy. That's a lot. For a couple of DLCs. Bananacraft, I like to see if they do a longer route, more than 35 or 35, 45 miles. Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, now that they've made a German route that is way over 100 miles long, you'd think, oh well, maybe we should have a British route or a USA route or a rest of the world kind of route. That length, that would be nice. I mean, I don't know how long the Cross City Line is lengthwise. I'm sure Thierry or Liam can answer that question. They're usually pretty on the ball when it comes to stats of Train World locos and routes and what have you. But this feels like a long route. Maybe 35 miles, I'm gonna guess. Alright, here is 5 Ways coming up. Quite a steep downhill gradient. And we've way ahead of schedule. 1.5 minutes. Excellent. Very pleased by that. Alright, let's unlock the doors. Allow the passengers to board or light. Certainly got dark very quickly. Wow. Very dark. Sutton Coldfield is coming up, I think. That's personally one of my favourite stations on this route. That's where I did my little hour-long ASMR video in the early morning daylight. Something about the station architecture which just, yeah, make it my favourite station on the route. Or one of my favourites. Right, this calls for a cup of tea, I think. I got a minute to spare. Oh, lovely. Oh, fantastic. Here, I believe Avanti was allowed on brands list, meaning they could possibly add the 390 and the 221 as AI to Birmingham. That would be quite nice. How long will Avanti West Coast be in charge of that West Coast main line? Remains to be seen. Their brand is getting a battering from commuters of late. Commuters saying that Virgin was better than Avanti. Oh. Right, let's rock and roll. The next and final stop is Birmingham New Street. So we won't be coming up to Sutton Coldfield. Banana Craft, I know train companies are trying to save money, but having to walk the first 5 miles to where you're going is definitely going to help people get into shape. That's true. I imagine a few people will not like the sound of that though. Despite the health benefits. TOD could also add the London and North Western Railway as AI to Birmingham, as they and the West Midlands Railway were owned by the same company. Oh yeah, that's a good point. Whether Dovetail have that brand, I'm not sure. Better break. In the darkness for the minute. Plus AI Avanti London North Western Railway freight services could be added to lower level lines at Lichfield, Trent Valley. I'm not sure if freight is added to the lower lines. I have a funny feeling they're not, but with freight services being added on the route, I would have thought Dovetail maybe would have added some AI freight services to the lower levels, especially. Well, maybe not. I mean, Dovetail didn't bother adding any AI or, static freight to the yards and industries on the New York Trenton route, so yeah, it's probably the same situation here, I'm afraid. Okay, here's Birmingham New Street. Meant to be one of the busiest stations in the UK, but in Train Sim World it's very much the opposite. And in the game they treat Birmingham's New Street station almost like a depot for the 323s at the start of the day. in the game. Very, very strange indeed. Whether that is reflective of real life, I've no idea, but I find it bizarre that all these 323s were just sitting in Birmingham New Street, almost like a little depot or shed. Must be a very expensive shed. Can we unlock the door? Lock the doors yet? I'm sure it will tell us when to. Train departing. End of the line, folks, for this train. Okay, took me 33 minutes. And I got a gold! Unbelievable. Especially overshooting Selly Oaks, I think it was. Let's continue the chapter. Yeah, why not? The next service goes from Four Oaks to Bromsgrove. I think this is a significantly longer service, I think. You do get a bit of variation in the 323's timetable with its passenger services. Let's turn on the GSMR thing, whatever it's called. I must say the camera view, I feel very far back in the chair. I wish I could just shuffle a bit forward. I feel very far away from the controls. This chair needs to move forward, or the camera needs to move a little bit forward. I'm almost right on the top of the seat. What else do we need to do? Coach lighting on, auxiliary systems on, turn on all the bits and bobs over here. There we are. This is in the middle of the day, 12:46. We depart. This is Bromsgrove. Have we got a long train? No, just a 3-car train. Again, no problem with that. Here, the new steam loco coming is the LMS Fowler 4F. Ah, right. I had a feeling it was a 4 something. This is roughly, is it 45 miles? Wow, it's longer than I thought. I thought it was like 30 or something. GA4 Long British Road, like to see London King's Cross to Peterborough and Cambridge. Oh, Peterborough, yeah, that could happen. Not too sure. I mean, the route I'm looking forward to is certainly upcoming content wise is the what's it? The Midland Main Line. Oh, our wipers turned on. Why the hell have our wipers turned on? Turn the wipers off. Don't want them on. It's not raining yet. Might rain. Looks a bit gloomy in the distance up in the sky. Right, the first stop is one of my favourite stations on this route, Sutton Coldfield. Exactly 1 mile away. Go, go, go. Right, I might as well save the usual YouTube shenanigans. If you have enjoyed the stream, either live or on playback, I would really appreciate it if you would hit the like button below, and if you are watching for the first time, I would really appreciate it if you would consider subscribing to the channel. It looked like one of those 5G, not pillars, what do you call it? Those phone masts on the left there briefly. Just went past. I've got one recently dug into the ground. One of those new 5G it's like a phone mast thing. I forget what it's called, the name. It'll come to me. That'll do. Let's stop here. Here we are at Sutton Coldfield. Love it. Yeah, I love the architecture around here. It looks really, really nice. God, is it time to go already? Good grief. The next stop is Wild Green, just over a mile away. So where did we start? Near the top of the map, I think, or near the top. We're going all the way to Bromsgrove. Alright, here's Wild Green coming up. We're just about roughly on time. In terms of the next stream, that will be happening this weekend on Sunday the 12th of March 2023 will be a trip to Germany. We'll be taking a look at the Bahnstrecke Bremen to Oldenburg. Two trains at the platform, very nice indeed. Here's Wild Green. Nice little station. Get a nice view. There we are. Right, let's go. Oh, both leaving at exactly the same time. Timed to perfection. I must say I do prefer the previous livery of the 323. I think it was like a green and a yellow Not a big fan of the orange. Or like a yellowy orange. I do prefer the green and yellow livery of the 323 on the train simulator version of the Birmingham Cross City Line. The next stop coming up is Chester Road. Long platforms again. It'd be interesting to see what loco add-on dovetail would add to Birmingham Cross City. I'm sure there's a variety of options to choose from. A bit windy outside. Have another sip of tea, I think. That's what I need. Oh, fantastic. Right, we've got to get moving again. Never stops. Gio, it would have been good to... to the Skyhook route to be extended from Derby to Sheffield, as well as the inclusion of the Matlock branch. Yeah, the Matlock branch, it's funny, I mean, we can now compare the train simulator version of the Midland Main Line and the Train Sim World version. I mean, obviously, it would have been nice to have the extension to Sheffield and the Matlock branch line. Sadly, it's not possible, but hey, I'm not complaining. I'm just really happy to see a Midland Main Line in the game. Could that be my new favourite modern route? It depends how well Skyhook do. I'm hoping, fingers crossed, they do a decent job. I mean, the previous route, Horseshoe Curve they made wasn't too bad, I suppose. I mean, they're developing a completely brand new HST, because it would have to be new because of the internals of it. It's got a different power unit or something like that. And we are getting another new excuse me, was it a diesel multiple unit, but I can't remember what it is. Is it a 158 or something? Alright, we've got to wait a little bit. A lovely spring day by the looks of it. What's over here? No, just a main road. Banana Craft, I would like Dovetail to add the flies to the game, as whenever I see a train... Oh, flies! Insects flies! I thought you meant like Flying Scotsman for a minute. I was like, flies? What's that? Yeah, flies to see splattered on the front. Some trains, I think, have a very pixelated covering of black dots, which I think are dirt or flies. I mean, this one is weathered not too bad. You see a bit of grime and dust. Dirt, I mean, look at that on the coupling. Bit of grease and grime on the shiny new toy. So it's not really a shiny new toy at all, but there you go. Right, let's go to Gravelly Hill. Or Gravelly Hill, however you say it correctly. Just over a mile away. Got a speed limit of 50 miles per hour coming up shortly. I think there's some 6-car services on here, but I can't quite figure out, well, which of the services have the 6-car variant. It's a bit of a dive in the timetable that needs to be done. Matt Jennings, hey, how are you? Nice to see you. You having a craving for chocolate after doing this? Yeah, I think I will. haven't stopped at the Cadbury's. Is it? I forget. I don't know. Have I stopped at the Cadbury's station? I forget even what the station name's called. I haven't seen any of the Cadbury's chocolate collectibles yet. Perfect. And now we got to get moving again very shortly. The next stop is Aston, which is just over a mile away. Home to Aston Villa Football Club. It's just a shame the stadium ain't in the game. Steep downhill gradient, just over 1%. Got a lot of undulations, steep ones too, ups and downs. Certainly a challenge. Speed limit of 40 miles per hour, about to hit us. That looks like a very big motorway we just went under, or highway. Is that highway? Highway or interstate, as my American followers would call it. Oh, we're going too fast. Could be one of the M motorways. M6 maybe? I haven't got a clue. There we go, that'll do. Here's Aston. A stadium, I think, be just trying to get my bearings right. I think the stadium would be over here somewhere. There's a nice A little bit of industry here. Near the river, which looks a bit murky. Banana Craft, you normally have to press the square button to bring up different times like you do on the Long Island Railroad. A square button. Oh, that's the region braking. And a hill start. Oh, you get a hill start. I never knew that. Thierry, the roof of diesel trains should be more dirty to show years of work, and it should be, especially around the exhausts. Certainly. The DBBR 1110, the roof of that looks not too bad. A little bit pixelated, but not as clear. But it's got a bit of weathering on the roof, I think. But I do agree, more trains do need to be more weathered. Matt Jennings had to take fans to Brentford tonight, and only had a 5-car 458. Oh, hopefully the Brentford fans are in a good voice. I mean, my grandfather, he supports Brentford. Is obviously, I take it, watching the West London derby against Fulham tonight. I imagine Brentford have won. Maybe they haven't. Maybe they've drawn. Maybe they've lost. Hopefully Brentford won, for his sake. Alright, the next stop coming up is Duddleston. There we are. Here is Duddleston. Only got half a minute to spare. What's that? A hand. Certainly creative. Albeit I don't know what purpose is it for. Red, amber, green. Presumably that's road safety campaign or something for the trains. I've no idea. The next stop is Birmingham New Street. Matt Jennings, it's currently 2-1 Brentford. Oh, very good. That's not bad, not bad, not bad, not bad. How many minutes have been played, Matt? I imagine it's in the second half. Ooh, we got 30 coming up. I must say I like that bit. Coming up this incline. A lot of development being done here. New buildings, flats or business stuff. At the top of the hill, now about to go down the hill. Connecting with another piece of Railway coming into Birmingham. New Street. Banana Craft, yeah, I get them being clean in West Somerset, but the other routes, a nice bit of dirt and oil would be nice. Oh, I agree. Long Island Railroad, you have 4 8-car trains to Long Island Railroad and use the square button to change the number of cars. In the timetable, you mean? In the timetable, I know you can select between different variants of those multiple units. Would be nice if we had that in Birmingham and some other routes. Like with the DBR 110 today, I had an absolute nightmare just trying to go through its timetable, see which services had the just the coaches and not the cab car. It was an absolute nightmare. EZY613, hey, how are you? Nice to see you, hope you're well. Are you into aviation by any chance? No, I'm afraid not. I mean, I like seeing videos of the planes coming into land, particularly London Heathrow and all that kind of stuff. A fan, I'm certainly not, no. Main reason why is because I don't like flying. Heights is my biggest fear, so yeah, planes is certainly not something I'm as keen compared to well, things on the ground. Trains and cars and all that kind of stuff, football, etc. Flight simulator, I like the idea of it, but I don't think I'll be very good at it. Blimey, right at the end of the platform. Couldn't we have stopped in the middle? Never mind. There we are. Jennings, I like how there is an off indicator lit at Dudleston for the signal. Oh yeah, that was nice little touch. Nice to see Dovetail included it. They could very easily have not included it. Got off a train coming into Birmingham. Imagine it's currently 76 minutes played. Okay, near the end. I bet you I could just see Fulham scoring in the last minute, getting a draw. A draw ain't too bad either, to be fair. Fulham are absolutely flying. So, they're challenging Tottenham for top 4. Tottenham have been a disaster of late. Absolute nightmare. Away from home, they've been crap. JH32 Autism, hey, how are you? What stations do you stop at before and after kickoff for oh, it's not for me. It must be for Matt Jennings. EZY1613 loves rail and aviation, very nice. And he wants Avanti and Train Sim World. I would say Avanti could come to the game. Certainly a chance. How long the Avanti brand lasts is another question entirely. Thierry, cool route. I'd like to see is London Euston to Northampton. That's a 68-mile difference. That'd be quite a distance. That'd be quite nice. London Euston then again, that'd be very good to see. I have some of the major London stations. London Victoria, St Pancras, or St Pancras International. And London Euston. London Waterloo would be very nice to see. We've got to wait quite a while, haven't we? 3 minutes. Well, it'd be now 2 minutes. Banana Craft Day may have changed it, but it was square button to change the timetable for a different number of cars. You have it was the same for Long Island Railroad and East Coastway. I suppose it depends what controller configuration you're using. I'm using the classic one, and I can't obviously access that. What you're saying in this configuration, maybe in the immersion setting, you can do that maybe. This is Birmingham. Wonderful concourse and exterior. Dovetail had a joy modelling that. Certainly right in the heart of above Birmingham. I mean, look, this station has one stop, albeit at 11:10 at night. Here's another train. Where are you going? Four Oaks. He's departing at the same time as me. Look at all these platforms just sat empty. They should be like London Victoria in the Brighton Main Line. Full to the brim and always busy. Sadly not the case. God, it is cold this evening, isn't it? That little shiver. Apparently we were meant to have some snow tonight or tomorrow. A little warning on my Apple weather saying snow is apparently forecasted till some point tomorrow, which yeah, certainly a surprise. Alright, let's rock and roll to 5 ways. Matt Jennings would be great with some AI Avanti West Coast and London Northwestern class, all 350s, yeah, the London Northwestern, that will be good to have. I remember the old 450s on, was it Southwest Trains? I think it was Southwest Trains or Southeast Trains, whatever the old brand was called. I loved those. They look really nice. Oh, we're going too fast. Too fast, too fast. Thierry Avanti services between London and Milton Keynes, London Northwestern Railway services from London to Northampton, and Southern services between Watford Junction to Milton Keynes plus freight. I presume that's your idea of a timetable. If that was to come to the game, London to Northampton. Whether Dovetail will go that far of implementing all that stuff is a big doubt, knowing them. I don't know them personally, but they like cutting corners recently when it comes to its timetable, unfortunately. More can be done, no question about that. Alright, here's 5 ways. we are. Another train has just entered. I've just noticed that that's the second AI train that hasn't got its destination displays working. I thought it was just me at first, but it hasn't. No, it's and it's got its. Has it got the front lights on? No, I don't think it has. It's the tail lights. Oh, not very bright, are they? Yeah, it hasn't got its destination display on. Oh dear, what a shame. Oh dear. Wonder why it does that. Oh, we got a sad little donkey there. Oh, bless his heart. Off that one goes. Going to hide in shame in Birmingham New Street without having its destination displays working. And it's time for us to depart. Right, the next stop is once again Birmingham University. JH32 is going to the Brentford ground for the women's game versus Australia in their warm-up for the World Cup. Yeah, that should be a good atmosphere. Should be a good game. The England women should win that. They've been on fire recently. Well, ever since they won that European Championship last summer, they've just have not looked back. Excuse me, I'm running alongside a little canal. We was. Yeah, but hopefully JH37 you have a good experience. I mean, the Brentford ground is, well, it's the certainly the newest ground in the Premier League that's been built, and yeah, the facilities are pretty good. I mean, my granddad's a very passionate Brentford supporter, so yeah, he's pretty pleased with the ground. I think he liked Griffin Park a bit more, though. But yeah, no doubt the GTEC Community Stadium is a pretty decent stadium. Certainly in terms of access, free, and all the modern commodities that the modern day fan would expect to have is all there, all present and correct. It's a nice little ground. I think 17,000. Yeah, so hopefully you have a good time. Presume you're going with your family or friends, but yeah, hope it goes well for you. Alright, here's Birmingham University. There we are. Way ahead of schedule. Wait for the kids to come on board, thinking they're probably going to be late when they're not. JH32, great route cross city. Yeah, it's not a bad route. It's not a bad route. It could be better in some areas, but you know what? It's not a bad route. So, for once, I'm going to say sorry, Dovetail, for me slandering about how crap Birmingham Cross City was. I I will pull those remarks and replace them with some positive feedback. It's a pretty decent route. Nice stop-start action. Yeah, a bit of a shame JH32 has no 350s, but hopefully, fingers crossed, we will get a locomotive add-on to this route in the future. Time to get going. Banana Craft, I'm going to get on and get home from work, and my phone is on battery. Okay, Banana Craft, take care of yourself, and enjoy the rest of your week. Safe journey home. The next stop is Selly Oaks, just over half a mile away. Thierry can already say they would make my route suggestion for the simple reason that they would have to modify the class 377 by adding an extra coach and a pantograph, turning it into the 377-7. What is your local route, Thierry? Is it that London Northampton route? Or is it something completely different? Oh, we're going too fast again. Brake for your worth, train. Cool. That was a scoop of a save. Certainly put the train's brakes to the test there. Whoopsie daisy. I don't think the passengers will have enjoyed that very much. I think they're on a roller coaster rather than a train. And we're off again. Right, next, and is it the final stop? Not yet. The next stop is Bourneville. Just over a mile away. Where are we stopping again? Is it all the way to the finish line? Yeah, Bromsgrove. Now, is this the station with the Cadbury's stuff? Like the purple decoration on the station and the chocolate stuff? I have a funny feeling it is. Because when I stopped at Bourneville the first time, I completely forgot that it could be associated with the Cadbury's chocolate stuff. My God, does that make me hungry? I want a Cadbury's chocolate. Oh dear. Dovetail. Making me hungry with his new DLCs now you're putting out. And I tell you something, thinking of the Cadbury's, stuff in the Birmingham route, one thing I think would be really, really cool for Train Sim World, it's got nothing to do with the train or the route or anything like that. It's for posters, the advertisement. I am gobsmacked that there are no proper real advertisement or branded posters around on any of the stations we have on the route, with the exception of maybe the London Underground. I imagine like brands, like, I don't know, Marks and Spencer and, I don't know, supermarket brands, jewellery brands, phone brands like Apple or banks or railway branded advertisement or safety notices and all that kind of stuff. Imagine having that, that's literally like a free billboard advertising your products and being shipped to thousands of players around the globe. I mean, makes a perfect marketing sense, doesn't it? And plus it adds so much immersion to the stations. because that's what you literally see on every station you go to. There's always local advertisement or advertisements of certain brands, sports brands, or food, or jewellery, electronic products, those kind of things. Imagine having that. That'd be fantastic. You've got things like Cadbury's. I think we had one of like the Thames in London, some London Underground branded stuff, and what else? Some nice British Rail posters, and the very cool old school posters from Spirit Steam. Right, this is the Cadbury stuff. Haha, look at that. I like that. Got a bin or something in the Cadbury style. I'm gonna get shot by the train from looking around at Bourneville instead of focusing on the driving. Did they add the factory in? I don't think they did. I don't know what the Cadbury's factory looks like. Maybe that's it over there. Oh, that caught my eye. What is this? Get there and back. Oh, West Midlands Railway. Bring your night to life with an evening return. Very nice. Sounds inviting. Right, the next stop is Kings Norton. Something else just caught the corner of my eye. Is that some graffiti? It was. Very colourful. Very nice indeed. Lee Wood, hey, how are you? Nice to see you. Hope you're well. I'm very well, thank you. Just doing some passenger work on the Birmingham Cross City Line and enjoying it. Very nice. I'm enjoying myself with this route. There we are. Here we are at Kings Norton. Haven't seen much in terms of any freight action or the HSTs knocking around. Not in this second service anyway. Thierry's local route is Peterborough to Cambridge. Oh, I see. Madge Jennings is the chocolate station. Yeah. Flash of yellow for the junctions is a great add-on as well. It is. That would be, yeah. Or it is, I should say. Mad, I love the signalling knowledge it came with the guard's job, and it's stuck for life. Well, I mean, it's a good thing to have, especially with this game not having hardly any signalling tutorials, like types of signals, explanations of why those type of signals exist, etc., etc. We only have the basic principles of signals in tutorials, like if it's red, you stop. If it's orange, be aware. If it's green, off you go. I mean, we're getting some tutorials lately of some of the safety systems, like LZB, AFB for Germany, I think ATC and the ACSES for New York Trenton, but still needs to be more tutorials, more in-depth tutorials, I think. PZB would be very welcome to have. The British safety systems as well, and just all the signals in general. On all the routes in the game. Right, the next stop is Northfield. This is kind of the high-speed section of the route, if you like. Hence the amount of lines tracks on the, well, on the ground. And the speed, you can reach 70-60 miles per hour pretty quick for this train anyway. Perfect. Excuse me. Matt Jennings, I used to think when a signal flashed it was broken. Yeah, almost like flashing for help, like help, says the signal. Another train coming in. Haven't seen a 6-car variant of the 323. Have I? Maybe I did see one, but very briefly. Maybe it was hiding in the back of in Birmingham, maybe New Street. Daniel Robert, hey, how are you? Nice to see you. Hope you're well. Just having some intense passenger action on the Birmingham's Cross City Line. A lot of stop and starts. Certainly keeps you on your toes. The next stop is Longbridge. Not long before the end. Got a red signal straight ahead. Oh, I've got a tutorial. BCC Brum. I presume that means they've covered a certain distance. Right, here's Longbridge. I haven't seen any of those Cadbury's chocolate collectibles. I mean, they are pretty small to find. Pretty tricky. Pretty small to see and quite hard to find, yeah. Getting me words mixed up. Here we are at Longbridge. Another train coming in on the right. It's like a motorway, this section of the route. The freeway for trains. And again, the PIS broken on the AI. Excellent. Not really a surprise at this point, is it? Daniel, good thanks. Usually would be at work now. We've got a week off since playing some Cajon Pass. Oh, lovely. Glad you're enjoying your week off. And playing a bit of a Cajon Pass. I need to get back on that. Speaking of it. Right, let's go to the next and final stop, which is Bromsgrove. And then I'll call the stream a day. Ooh. Oh, going a bit too fast. And now going a bit too slow. Now I can really get up to speed. Sub-Zero Scorpion, apologies there. Hey, how are you? Hope you're well. I would like to see a New Rochelle to Trenton extended route on Train Sim World 3. I would like to see that as well. No, I think that's not going to happen now. I think Dovetail have pretty much done and dusted with that part of the North East Corridor, sadly. Made it once, they extended it. Albeit they missed a little bit of the original North East Corridor out, going from New Rochelle to New York Penn, but you never know. Would be nice to see. For sure. Matt Jennings, I agree, make it more challenging, or maybe even add on things like broken down trains. Oh yeah, that's something that loads of people wanted to see on the timetable. Scenarios, yeah, that's pretty much a given. The timetable hasn't even scratched the surface with those type of scenarios or situations. Really getting up to speed, near 90 miles per hour. Pretty fast. Never thought you'd go this kind of speed on this route. There's another station we just passed. Wonder what that was. It's to the branch line, isn't it? I haven't done a service going down there yet. Quite keen to see what that is. No, I don't think I'll have enough time to do another service. The stream is pushing for 2 hours, so... Oh, here comes that steep downhill, that is the Licky incline. Very much in the countryside now, on the outskirts of Birmingham. I wonder, does this multiple unit have a cruise control like the 377 and 387? I don't think it does. And again, I don't think it really needs it, considering you're stopping and going most of the time. Right, we're charging into Bromsgrove, not Bourneville. Good grief. getting station names mixed up. And here is Bromsgrove, ladies and gents. Oh, break. That'll do. Perfect. And there we are. Back at Bromsgrove. Or here we are at Bromsgrove, I should say. And there we are. Took me just under an hour. Got a gold. Fantastic. We stopped at Sutton Coldfield, Wild Green, Chester Road, Eddington. That's a tough one for me to pronounce there. Gravelly Hill, Aston, Duddleston, Birmingham New Street, Five Ways, the Birmingham University, Selly Oak, Bourneville, Kings Norton, Northfield, Longbridge and Bromsgrove. 16 stations in total. And yeah, I think I'll call it a day. I enjoyed that. That was good fun. TN Train Simulator route goes from New York to Philadelphia. However, the Trenton to Philadelphia section was left out due to licensing. Oh, right. Disappointing. Never mind. You can't help Dovetail there. It's not Dovetail's fault for a change. We certainly got the cash to do a licensing agreement, I'm sure. Anyway, there we are. That concludes this stream on the West Midlands Birmingham Cross City Line. I fairly enjoyed that. I quite enjoyed that. It was good fun. Nice to do some passenger commuter style work on Train Sim World 3. The next stream will be on Sunday, the 12th of March 2023, where I'll be taking a look at another new-ish route that was released for the game, and that is Germany's Bahnstrecke Bremen to Oldenburg. So hopefully you can join me for then. If you did enjoy this stream, I'd very appreciate it if you would hit the like button below, and if you are watching for the first time, either live or on playback, I would really appreciate it if you would consider subscribing to the channel. And as always, I will see you next time. Thank you very much. Have a good week. Take care.